Hello everybody, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my September update part 2, I guess. I didn't think I was going to be back, but I am. I've got a lot to show you, a lot to talk about. I've got dogs barking. It's great fun. She's being very silly at the moment. Anyway, I've got a lot to talk about. I have my camera is freezing, so if it's freezing, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to keep going though. I have had my nose surgery. I think I talked about this last time a little bit, but I had my adenoids out in my throat. I've had my septum reconstructed and my airways in here are wider now. So they've put packing in my nose, so I am blocked up. So I do sound like I have a cold. I do drip a bit. I'm not allowed to blow my nose, so I just have to dab it a lot. So I've got a tissue ready to go. I've got water because I've had my adenoids out, so they're a bit sore. But we're going to be alright. We're going to get through it. I'm a little bit hot too. It's getting warmer here. My dog's a bit confused, I think, of why I'm talking to myself. But anyway. Yeah, did think I was going to come back because I was going to be recovering and stuff, but I'm actually feeling pretty good. It's been a week today since I had my surgery and it's going okay. I have to do this nose flush with a lot of water and that bit sucks, but you got to do it. Otherwise it's, not going to happen. I'm looking like I have a spotlight on me. It's just this window. I have computer stuff here, so it kind of blocks out the bottom, and then I've just got a lot of light coming in, so it's actually 10:30 in the morning, but it's just getting towards daylight savings this weekend and stuff, so days getting longer again, which is kind of nice. As much as I hate summer, I love winter the best. I do enjoy a little bit of warmth sometimes. So, lots to talk about, weirdly, because last month, or earlier this month, 20-minute video, then it was done. This one, probably longer. So, let's talk about what I'm going to talk about. Pretty much my life update has just been surgery. I'm on school holidays. I've got another week left. So that's nice. And then I'm back at work with this lovely nose. Danielle, Citrus, I'm going to try and look at the camera. I know what you mean. I totally agree. It's hard because I'm right there, but I need to look up. So I'll do my best. I've worked on a number of whips. I've made some purchases, I've had some stuff come in that I've been waiting for a little while, and I've made lots of plans, so it's a bit of a plans video, but I get really excited when I do this, so we'll go with it. I've got my notes here and everything. So let's just jump right in, shall we? I'll just might put these here, so I'm looking not down, but sort of up. Okay, first whip I worked on was the Fanny Sissa by Lakeside Needlecraft. Everybody knows what this looks like. If you don't, just look at someone's video, I guess. It'll probably be there. Last time you saw this, I'd done some of August, and since then I've done quite a bit more, or a bit more. This is being stitched on a 32 count June blend, so even weave, in the colourway Forbidden Fruit by Colour Cascade Fabrics. Now, that's one of the first times ever that that's come up as the right colour. Usually it's a hot pink, but this is perfect. So, here's where we're at, and I'll zoom in a bit on what I have done since I last saw you. So, what can I fold it? Can I fold it that way? Yeah. Finished off the centre. His name's Peter. My boyfriend Matt names all of these, by the way, and this is Peter. What's the wizard's name? I've completely forgotten. I'll put like a little thing here if I remember what the wizard's name is. But the centaur Peter, he was August, and this is September. So I finished those off. The centaur was very like intricate. Wizard was too, but I got through it, so it was okay. And that one took me a lot less time because I was much more focused on it than I was on this one. So that's done. I was going to just keep going with this until I'd kind of caught up a bit more, as in I was going to go back and do some of the earlier months that I missed out on because I joined this with like 2 months left to go. But I ended up not doing that and working on something else, which I will show you right now. Okay, so the video is working it keeps pausing and stuff, so I'm hoping that in editing it won't do that, but if it does, I do apologise. I think my audio is okay, so I'm just going to keep going. Yes, so I made a couple purchases, and this is the one that I started, but it didn't come with a cover page in the PDF, so it just had the chart, so I'll insert a picture here. Okay, I'm calling it burgers. I think it's called fast food, and it's by Stitch Rooms. I'll just have 18 count white Ada, because I didn't think it was going to look very good on a hand-dyed fabric, and this is for my kitchen because it's burgers, and I made a start here. So this is the first page, well, part of the first page obviously, and it's 4 pages. So this is the first kind of quarter. I've done the borders and B for burgers. Now there is some writing in this space, I just didn't have that colour, but I've recently gone and purchased that colour of D and the C. So I'll be able to do that. That's burgers. Really easy stitch. It's quite solid colours. It's very Stitch-Rovia, so it's good. My first Stitch-Rovia piece, actually, I'm pretty sure. And it's that one. I did purchase another one, but I'll show you that soon. That's that. I had that fabric in my stash from last year, I think. So that was good to kind of use. Then I decided randomly to pull out a Mania start that I hadn't worked on since Mania. And this piece is called Poppies in the Wind by Peacock and Fig. And it's going to look like this when it's done. Now, I purchased this in a sale kind of thing she was running where Dana, I think it's Dana, yeah, who owns Peacock and Fig and runs it and designs everything for it, is a returned veteran herself. And so all the proceeds for this sale, for this collection, were going, or some of the proceeds were going to like a veterans charity kind of thing. So it's a cause close to my heart because of my dad, who's a veteran as well. So I decided to purchase this one, and I'm going to be donating this to his RSL. If you're in Australia, you know what that is. It's like a Returned Services League. So it's a place for people to go that are returned veterans and get together and run Anzac Day and all that kind of thing. So I almost just didn't show you what I worked on then. Oops. This is being stitched. I think it's 32 count. It could be 28, but I think it's 32. It's just an antique white even weave. I don't remember where I got it from, but it's very kind of plain, and it goes this way. That's where we are. So I've finished 2 pages. So the top and the bottom, they're 2 pages. And I'm doing this way because when I work from the middle, I like to go to the left first and then come back and go to the right because it's harder to count this way. So I'd rather get all of that done and then go and have easy stitching to finish off. And this side has that big poppy. So I'll do that at the end. Just thought I'd finish off the little bits over there. So let's put that in a bit. So it's really beautiful. I had to decide whether to carry threads for all of the little bits of the poppy that are falling away, and I decided not to, but if it was the other way around, you'd be able to see the back, but it's kind of working out okay. So we'll keep going with that one. But I'm actually, when I first started this, it was kind of my least intricate Mania start, so I wasn't really excited. I think that really hindered me from working on it since. But I randomly, after I was watching something and I was like, oh, I should do some poppies. I pulled out poppies and I worked on it for a number of days and I really enjoyed it. So it's red on red on red, and there's actually some pink in there too, which is really nice, for a bit of a change. So yeah, I really like that piece and I'm excited to keep working on it. And the one I'm working on now, which I pulled out 2 days ago, is my Walking in London by Clouds Factory. And let me find the cover page for this one. That's what it will look like when it's finished. And I'm currently working on page 1, which is from the Gherkin this way. I've done the tree, or the bike, the tree, Big Ben, and I don't remember what that is. whoops, of page 2, but it keeps going to about here. So I've done about a page, but not like by joining 2 pages together. I've done a page, if that makes sense. It's very confusing. This is still the Q snap, but I've taken out one side so you can see kind of the whole thing. This is wrinkled as wrinkled. So that's kind of where I am at the moment. Can I hold this straight? No. Okay, there we go. That is a 32 count. It's meant to be even weave, but it's definitely linen. There's lots of slubs in it, which I actually really enjoy. So I could be going to linen sometime. And it's just a blue. There was no kind of name for it. I think it was from Sew It All, I think. I'll pull that in a bit more. So what I've done since you've last seen it, and I don't know if I'm going to be adding in photos or not, we'll decide, is I've worked on, so the gherkin was done to about there. So the bike was done. I just had to fill in behind the bike and up here. The phone box, the street lamp. I finished this yesterday. It's like a generic London townhouse kind of thing. And this mofo is this big, really, really big yellow building. Can you see all that yellow just there? I can't see what you can see, but I hope you can see that. It's just a lot of yellow, and I've done a tiny amount. So I'll be continuing that today, and I'll tell you my plans a bit more to do with that in a minute. But I really enjoyed working on that too. I've been watching Downton Abbey, and I think that's probably why why I wanted to work on that, because English, pretty much. Okay, they're my whips that I've done. Really excited to have my stitching bug back. I didn't have it for all of August pretty much, so I'm really, really excited. I've actually worked on more than one whip too, which is cool. I was going to do my one whip wonder, but I didn't. I just felt like moving around, and I haven't given myself a rotation as such. I'm just kind of doing what I want, but that's probably going to change soon. And I'll talk about that at the end for plans. Let's talk about haul. So you saw the burgers from Stitchovia, and I did purchase another piece. Now I need to ask, if for some reason my parents are watching this, I'd like you to stop and maybe skip ahead like 5 minutes and see where you're at, just in case. But I don't think they even know that I do these. But anyway, I purchased this pattern called Always and Forever from Stitchovia. And it is a wedding sampler kind of thing. But I'm stitching this for my parents' wedding anniversary next year. It's their 30th wedding anniversary, which is really, really lovely. I think that's pearl. Is it opal? Something. I don't know. And I really wanted to get them something that was wedding sampler-ish. And I chose the 4 kind of closest wedding samplery type of things from Stitchovia and sent them to my sister, and we decided together on this one because 2 of them were a bit like what you would stitch for your partner. So if I was to stitch something for Matt, I would stitch those 2. It's not something you kind of give to someone. And another one was just a bit much. And this is kind of good for what mum and dad would like. So that's going to be a really big focus end of this year and into next year. Their anniversary is at the end of June, so I've got until then to get it finished framed, beautiful. So there's that. Something else that's really, really exciting, I can't wait. Armada Designs came out with their next sale, which is the class schedule sale, which is Hogwarts, and I'm so excited. If you don't know, I love Hogwarts. I love Harry Potter. Ron Weasley is the best. And so my auntie's birthday party was Harry Potter themed. I dressed up as Lavender Brown, because she got to make out with Ron. So you'd think Hermione, but that's too cliche, so I went with Lavender Brown instead. Anyway, I saw this on Facebook. It must have been Stitch Mania, and I was like, oh, let's click that link. And then I click the link, and then I click this link, and then I click this link, and then I paid for it. So I bought the, obviously the pattern, the fabric that's recommended, and the needle minder because it's really cute. And I don't have any HP kind of themed needle minders. So I was like, this is a good time to get one. It's on a really cool like grey Aida, 16 count Aida, which I'll get eventually. It's coming from overseas, so it's going to take a little while. But it'll start up next year. And I'm really excited because there's been a couple of people on Instagram and the hashtag that they're using for it that have done the title and the border, and it looks really cool. It's they're squares, and they're not really fancy or anything. It's just squares, and I'm really excited to see how they've designed the classes in there. So I cannot wait for that. It's one of 2 sales I'm doing next year, and it's one that I think I'll be like jumping on board with every single time it comes out. So really excited for that. And then another exciting thing that happened is that I got my fabrics of the month from Colour Cascade. Now, Tammy is just insane in a good way. She does so much work, and she's taking a week off this week, and I'm so excited for her because, oh my goodness, the amount of work that she does. She's organising a sale, which is the other one I'm participating in next year. She's dyeing, she's organising new memorabilia, she's doing so much stuff. And she had an issue with her fabric suppliers a couple of months ago, which has set her back quite a bit. So I changed my fabric from Joblin to Lugana to help with that, to stop me from having to wait for so long. So I've got my July and August ones here, which I've been waiting for, and September will come out soon. So I'll show you those now. The first one is July. I get it in the 32 count. I get the second size, which I think is 18 by 23 or something like that. And it's Sweet Child of Mine. Yeah, that's not showing what I wanted to show. You can kind of see the modelling there, but it's gorgeous. And I'm actually going to stitch my Always and Forever on here that I was talking about before. It's got really beautiful colours. I could probably cut this in half actually, because that Always and Forever is only 100 by 100, so it's pretty good. Yeah, so that was really pretty. I was really excited to get a really nice blue. So that's that one. And do you see how I remembered to take off the plastic so there was no crinkle? So proud of myself. That's that one. And then August was one called Indian Sunset. And it is so pretty. It's this beautiful pink. It's a bit darker than what's coming up there. But like, can you just, I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it yet, but it's gorgeous. Yeah, really happy with those. I'm really hoping, I've been finding that I don't have to buy fabrics because I just use whatever fabrics I have from this for my projects. It's really good. But I've got one that I want to start next year. I don't think I want to, I'll explain it in a minute, but I'm really hoping for like a purple. I just really want to see a purple come through. A royal purple. I don't know how this was folded. I'm just going to go boop, 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 and we can move on. So that's the haul. I'll fold that again later. That's the haul. Couple of fabrics and some patterns, which is really cool. I'm really excited for this sale. I just can't wait. It's all I'm thinking about at the moment. Okay. You might not realise, but it has been 2 hours since I last recorded, and I was looking through my editing stuff, and the video was freezing and stopping the audio completely. So I thought I'd come back and record my plans part of the video again and say goodbye again, because that whole clip sucks. So let's try again. Okay, so plans for this month, this year, next year. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm doing a year of whips next year. I've decided to do that because I feel like it's something that I would really enjoy. It might change, I'm not sure, but I'm really excited to do it, and I've done a fair bit of planning for it. Now, in terms of this year, I'm going to kind of set myself up for year of whips. So I'm going to have some starts, get some progress on a few things that I feel like I need to catch up on, and I'm just getting ready to go for Year of Whips. So if you don't know, Year of Whips is an event that's in the Soulful Stitches Facebook group. It's going to run next year from January 18th to December 18th, and you need to have at least 15 whips. and complete half to go into the draw for a giveaway. Included in those whips are full coverage pages. They're considered individual whips, which is really good. So I think that was a change from last year as well. So I've chosen to do 15 whips because I feel like that's kind of where my limit is for kind of trying to get, because that means I need to get 8 finishes. So I feel like that's quite achievable. So I thought I'd talk through end of this year and then into next year. So this year, I'm, as I said, setting myself up for Year of Whips. So I'm going to have 3-ish starts, no, a couple more, and do some other progress. So Fantasy Sale, I need to have October, November, December completely finished before it gets around to January again, just so I can keep on top of that, because that is obviously a big part of my Year of Whips. Then as well, I'd like to get the page that I'm currently working on for Walking in London finished. I'd like to just have that side all done so I can go on to the easier to count side as well. I'm going to make a start on the 2 sales I'll be doing. So the first one is the class schedule sale, the Hogwarts one. When my fabric comes, I'll do the title and the border for the whole year, just so I'm ready to go when it comes out in January, which I'm pretty sure is when it's coming out. Same with the Colour Cascade Fabrics Mermaid sale. When that border comes out, I've got my fabric, I'm ready to go. So I'll do the border and get all ready to go for that as well. I think that's the next year's sale. I don't know if it's going to be starting before that or not. I'm pretty sure it's not, but we're still waiting just on the final details for that. But that's okay, because it's going to be very, very shiny and very exciting. So they're the 2 kind of main sales that I'm working on, as well as finishing off the fantasy sale. The other things, let me just check my notes so I make sure I get all this right. Yep, I want to start 3 things. So really I'm going to be starting 5 because of the sales, but 3 kind of non-sale projects. Always and Forever, the anniversary piece is one. It needs to be finished by June, so I want to do some kind of progress before the end of the year. I'm also going to be starting 2 Year of Whips projects, which I'll talk about now as I kind of talk to you through my Year of Whips. So Fantasy Sale is obviously one that I'd like to get done next year. I'm hoping to get it finished by April. We'll see. I think it should be done by April, but it just depends on how much time I have for the border and stuff. If it's longer, it's longer, but I really do want to get that finished next year. Walking in London, Poppies of the Wind, and Burgers, which are all ones I've shown you today. I'd like to get all those finished as well. The next whip on my Year of Whips list is Renaissance Mermaid by Mirabilia. Just keeping an eye on this camera. Hopefully it doesn't play up again. She's going to look like this. And if you would like to see some awesome progress, go and see Atomic Stitches. Really good progress on that, and I'm very jealous. I just haven't felt like working on her. Here's where she's at. This is on Oasis by Colour Cascade Fabrics. Oh, it's getting slow. So that's what it looks like at the moment. Now, I'm going to the Mirabilia retreat in Australia next year in February, so I'll be taking that to work on, so that should get some good time there as well. Always and Forever is another one of my Year of Whips. The Mermaid sale, the class schedule sale, will hopefully be done. I hope so. Now I do have, that's obviously a lot of work to do each month, but I'm hoping I can keep on top of those. Then I'm going to be working on 2 new ones that I need to start by the end of the year, which won't be an issue. The first one is Solar System by Clouds Factory, and I'll be stitching that on Dark Side of the Moon by Colour Cascade Fabrics. So that's really cute. Love this one. It's even got Pluto, which makes me very happy. And the second one is Game of Thrones. It's a Game of Thrones piece by Clouds Factory. It's called The Starks. It's all the Stark kids and their little direwolves. And as a dog person, how could I not? And then I'll be stitched on this one, which is Blue Moon by Colour Cascade Fabrics as well. So they're the 2 other starts I'd like to do before the end of the year as well. Now, that's 10 whips there, all the ones I've just talked about. The next 5 are 5 full coverage pages on Epic Pokemon. I'm not going to add any pictures of that or anything. If you'd like to see my epic Pokemon, go back a couple of videos and have a look there when I last finished a page. I don't know if I'll do any work on that this year, or if I'll stick to just regular whips and not big ones. Just kind of depends on how I feel, really. I have been really feeling the urge to do a Haid, to restart my Clockwork Dragon League Haid, but I just don't have time for it with this epic Pokemon looming over me. So I'd really like to get some good progress on that next year, and 5 pages would be really cool. It's also good because I'm a member of the Full Coverage Fanatics page that MP set up, and they have a 1200 stitches a month sale that's going on next year. So hopefully in the time that I'm giving myself for epic Pokemon each month, I can get that 1200 stitches in, because that's quite a bit. Obviously not enough to finish a page or anything, but it is still good to get a fair bit of progress in each month doing it that way. So let's kind of talk about how my rotation is going to look for your whips at this point. I've planned until the end of June, but as we know, these things change a lot of the time. So now, because it's going from the 18th of January, I've only planned from the 18th. So I haven't done full months there. But in every other month, the sales are going to be my first week of projects. So I'll work on the class schedule sale and the mermaid sale and the fantasy sale if I need to. Depends on what I do for fantasy sale. I'm contemplating working on that pretty heavily till the end of the year, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. I'm looking a bit laggy in the camera, so I do apologise if that's happening. I don't really want to record this again, but we'll see. The second week of the month is a focus piece for that month. So, for example, in February, my focus piece is a Renaissance Mermaid because I am going to that retreat. So it makes sense to do Mirabilia for that. March, it's Walking in London. April, it's Poppies in the Wind. May, it is Burgers. And June, it's the Starks. Then the third week is Epic Pokemon. So each month for a week, I'll work on Epic Pokemon. And then for the first 5 months of the year, so January through May, Always and Forever is going to have a week at the end of the month. Now, I might not need all that time because that's 5 weeks plus whatever I'm going to be doing before the end of the year. So I'm thinking I probably won't need that much time, but who knows. So if I finish earlier, that's great. I can give more whips more time, but if not, I've given myself enough time. So, but for June, however, because that needs to be done by then, in the last week, I put Solar System there to give that its first week as well. So this will obviously change as Always and Forever gets finished, and if I need more time for sales, I can add them in. We'll see, but that's kind of where I'm at the moment, and I'm super duper excited. I cannot wait to get started. I'm really excited for this end of year stuff. From what I'm thinking, it's going to go, I want to try and finish this horrible yellow building for Walking in London. I'd like to get that finished. When that's done, I'm hoping to get that done before the start of October, so because then I can work on my fantasy sale piece for October. When that's done, I'm going to either start Always and Forever, the Starks, or the Solar System. I'll decide either on the day, or I'll do a random number generator because we all know how much I love that. After I give that probably 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week, I'll either start something new or keep going with the fantasy sale. I'm not too sure. It'll just depend on what I feel like. I might even feel like working on something random. Like maybe I want to pull out Renaissance Mermaid then, and that's okay as long as I get those other goals done as well. But we'll see. I've only got one kind of week left of the school holidays, so not this Monday coming, but the next one. We start back for our last term of the year, which is insane. My first year of teaching completely finished, which is incredible. It's been an awesome year. Really tough, really tough year, but it's been a really eye-opening year. And I feel really prepared for next year because of what I've learned this year, if that makes sense. So if this didn't record properly, I'm going to either leave it in and add little captions at the bottom, or I'll have to work out something to do. Maybe record it on my webcam, just on my laptop or something. I'm not sure. Hopefully this works because this is a much better quality webcam with much better quality audio, so we'll see. Otherwise, I don't have much else to say. I've been catching up on FlossTube. I'm pretty caught up on my subscriptions for the most kind of recent videos. I'm going back as they pop up in my recommended, which is good, but I'm really enjoying seeing everyone's videos, which is fantastic. I'm going to come back at the end of October and kind of keep you up to date with how I'm going, because I'm back. I think my stitchy bug is back, so I'm really happy with that. Not much else to say really. I'll just keep on stitching, you keep on stitching, and I will see you at the end of October. Bye!